Alright, something else to take a look at. Little pad support clip, it's called. It's what helps hold the brake pads in place. You can see the two little, let's get something we can point with here. You see these tiny little clips inside it there. They basically clip to this region here, and they need to be kind of snug on it also. Okay, so you might have to notice how it sits in there. You might have to tweak those just a tad if you're having problems with your brake pads rattling. I'd take a little pair of pliers right here and just ever so slightly tweak them in. It'll help them stay in place a little better, and it'll actually kind of pop into place better there now. Okay, you see that? So if you have problems, and you'll sometimes hear that rattle while the bike is running also, if it's loose and tweaked out. Very annoying sound to hear that rattling. So that's how you fix it, is just tweak it a little bit where it mounts to the little holding area of the caliper. Okay, and then the pads. Pads slip right in there. Okay. And then the pin goes right there. Okay. Take your Allen. The new one's got some thread locker on it, so it'll be a little bit difficult to install the new one. Okay, nice and snug. Now, looks nice. And it's also, some people will dab some grease before they install this pin also. That'll help the pads sort of hold themselves in place when they're putting the wheel back, on the bike. Keeps the pads from flopping inward and being difficult. And also, before you reinstall all this, you can take a big screwdriver or just something that you can pry out and make sure the pistons have pushed all the way back in there so that there's enough gap for the brake rotor to fit in there when you reassemble everything. Otherwise, you'll wonder why the brake rotor's not going back in. And we just happen to have one right here. Okay, so it's got to fit right in there like that. It's going to be awesome. There's really nothing better than great feeling brakes. You can say all you want about horsepower and fancy tires and whatever, but if your brakes feel like crap, you you know, you won't ride with as much confidence. And anyway, that's basically it as far as rebuilding the caliper. Of course, we will reinstall the brake line. Get her mounted back on the lower fork leg of the bike. Make sure you stick with your service manual as far as torque specs and that sort of thing. But not that big a deal from here on out. And then have the fun of bleeding the brakes. And everyone has different methods for doing that sort of thing. But there's a million videos on that, so we won't show that. Anyway, there you go for rebuilding brake calipers on your dirt bike.